Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am so happy that you're here. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Dr. Hampton, a board certified family and obesity medicine doc with additional training in nutrition and functional medicine. And I have one of my podcast guests here to do a video short. His name is Reed Davis. He's a board certified holistic health practitioner and certified nutritional therapist and an expert in functional lab testing and holistic lifestyle medicine. So when it comes to hormones, he has a perspective I think you'd love to hear from. And I want to ask him a question. My audience is always interested, in how do we naturally focus on our hormones and balance our hormones. And I know you have some expertise in this area. So Reed, give us a sense of what you would say to someone who's interested in that and what they should do.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dr. Tony. I'm happy to speak about hormones and any other topic. And as you said, I've been doing a lot of lab testing for the last quarter century. And one of the biggest things always is hormones. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really front and center because of how stressful the world is. There's every kind of stress you could think of, and it all affects the hormones. Not necessarily in the way you think, but because most people think of estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, the main sex hormones. But in the hierarchy of hormones, there's actually a couple things above that, your cortisol and your DHEA. These must be in balance to have a healthy and happy life. Cortisol is your stress hormone. DHEA counteracts it. So those two, the anabolic and the catabolic, need to be in balance. The cortisol tears you down, the DHEA builds you up. And so that's where I go when I go to testing the hormones. Start there. And then the sex hormones fall in place underneath those. So if your cortisol to DHEA ratio is out of balance, very likely some of your sex hormones will be out of balance too, if not all of them. And so that's where, for me, hormone testing starts. And the solution is, what are the stressors? Are they mental, emotional? Are they physical, like aches and pains, like I have sometimes from having a well-used body, sport? So mental, emotional, physical trauma and things, but also chemical and environmental stress. See, the body responds to all of it the same way. It'll throw off your anabolic, catabolic. In other words, that DHEA and cortisol ratio. And from there, it's downhill. I could even go further and talk about how that affects your immune system, which can affect digestion, which can affect detoxification. And so there's quite a snowball effect, or, series of dominoes that might fall there. But my basic assessment of hormones is always the stress hormones and what falls in line after or doesn't fall in line, if you get what I'm saying.
That gives me a lot of confidence in my NEST acronym, where the S focuses on stress, right? So many guys, when it comes to hormones, testosterone, they're not necessarily thinking about these things. But man, if you disrupt your stress, and then all of these hormones are not in balance, it's going to make a huge impact on you. So that's really exactly what I was expecting to hear from you. And I'm hoping my audience, that resonates with them. So if you guys like what you hear, it's a different perspective, it's thinking outside the box, and you like what Reed has shared, make sure you check out the Protecting Your Nest podcast, where Reed and I have a broader conversation about a whole lot of things related to hormones, but more importantly, how do you test for this stuff? And to be honest with you, most conventionally trained doctors, like I was trained before I got some functional medicine training, had no clue about all these additional ways to be tested. So check out that episode. If you like what you heard, like, subscribe, and share. And until we have another video, continue to be safe, be well, and continue to protect your nest.